Hey people, Intred here, 3v3, Nocturne Inferno, blue team. Grapefruit Jeff and a Plague Champion starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair alongside UncensoredAngel with a rather confused brother captain about what team he should be on, I think. Walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Durable with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Alongside, rounding off the blue team, SebastianMenatil and a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And this is the Exodites elite scheme. Red team then, a couple of force commanders. First up E1, and we have JoshyBoy. These are versatile frontline heroes, can bring offense, disruption and support for the Emperor. And rounding off the teams, KAKAROT and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat with a retinue, can add to the retinue throughout the game and bring strong defense and support. This is the Deathcore of Krieg DLC, going to kick off in the mid with a 2v2 fight, I think. Force Commander making his way from the top of your screen. There's some Noble Worship, Brother Captain Fox, we are the hammer. Go straight after the Lord General, I think. Oh, he backs off now. Force Commander's going to get in and do some battle crying. There he goes. Good specials on those Chaos Space Marines. The battle cry buffing surrounding allies for every one of those special attacks he makes, stacking up the bonus 10% each time. So you can get like 30-40%, although of course the older buffs are wearing off when the 10 seconds is up. So we won't have the full 30-40 for long. Big gun line here for the red team. They should be able to force off the blue, get onto this natural VP of the blue team. Natural for red is up here northeast, and there is a contested point. Silent for now. It's kind of a resource lane across the south. Warlock runs, Guardians run, Force Commanders off the field. Howling Banshees and Tax and Scouts are still here. Oh, and some sneaky Guardians checking out the approach. Howling Banshees a big threat to those Marines with their power weapons, which is why they're backing off. Maybe some shotguns coming in. Not yet. I think he can afford them. Yep. Looking to Devastators or Assault Marines maybe. Single gen, so maybe Devastators. Both the natural VPs are now red for a double cap. Nobody's on that central one. Perhaps. Is it? Yeah, JoshyBoy in the north could send his scouts to it. Looks like these guardsmen are taking up some cover. Is that even cover? Didn't look like they got the icon for it. Some more Noble Worship here. Oh, scouts on the wreck point are getting shot to death. JoshyBoy does get them out of trouble. They got the decap. These guardsmen need to be doing some buildable cover. Look, they started it there, they didn't finish it. It's a great place for it in the mid there. Although I guess if you're forced off, you're then giving your enemy some cover. Lord General getting very low. I think he's going to fall and retreat there. Maybe. I can't believe he made it out. 14 hit points makes it out. Force Commander also gets away. Eternal War on these Chaos Space Marines. They need some cover though. Looks like this giant crystal thing is only light cover for some reason. Some of the cover allocations in this game are very odd. You'll get like a fence with massive holes in it. It's heavy cover. And then that thing is light cover. Triple Guardsman into Spotters now for KAKAROT. Double tax for E1. Assault Squad is up for JoshyBoy. These Blood Ravens here. Interceptors in on the tax. Teleporting infantry with 30 DPS melee. Assault Squad there to help counter-initiate with a tax dropper model and a good special there too. Might be able to get another one. Can they teleport again? I think they could have, but they did not. 452 to 500 on the VPs. Double CSM with Eternal War for Jeff. Assault Squad doing their thing, but they're kind of alone. I mean, the Lord General's here, but he's not doing huge amounts of damage. Interceptor's getting quite low though. Oh, those spotters are shooting through this terrain here. Oh, okay, they just walked through the terrain. This is I don't think I've noticed that before on this map. Bit a bit of an odd map. Back down to the south, Shuriken Cannon on the field. In fact, double Shurikens for Sebastian, covering each other. E1 with double tax, can't really do much. Oh, he's got the Chain Sword and Storm Shield to nullify the suppression. That's going to be handy. Grenade on those CSM. Hits one of them. Got some Noble Worship Guard. Got the Heretics being shot at, which is quite rude. Just venerating their disgusting god. Leave them alone. More Nurgle worship now. The heretics have backed off. Force Commander gets in, and he needs to do that. He needs to tie up something. The Chaos Space Marines with a ton of water are a good target for him. Although those Stormtroopers, those Inquisitorial Stormtroopers are quite nasty with the amount of burst damage they do. Scouts here with the Sergeant with that grenade you saw. No shotguns though. Might help against the Interceptors when they come in. In Tier 2 for Uncensored Angel. Tier 2 also for Kakarot. Looks like there's still pressure on the power here from the Eldar. But E1's breaking through. Shotgun scouts with a grenade. Looks like they grenaded at least one of these guys. That may be a grenade crater right there. Force Commando's going to get these guys out. Yep, doesn't get a bolt pistol when he's got the chainsword and storm shield, of course, but does get slightly more melee damage, 45 DPS rather than 42, and he gets the awesome 20% range damage resistance aura. Well, not aura, just for him, constantly passive, which is really good. Stormtroopers on the way for Kakarot. Not to be confused with the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, they're very different. Have different upgrades and different stats. The Inquisitorial ones are getting plasma guns, but one of them is. And they're very good, these plasma guns. They have overcharged plasma, which can suppress in an area on demand, and it's very quick. It's usually quite easy to aim. Interceptors getting in there. Chopping up some scouts. Tax helping out. Looked like they were going into melee there. Interceptors did drop a model though before they jumped, I think. Can these Stormtroopers get the cat? They cannot. It's a good thing they didn't. They would have died for sure. 452 to 416. Spotters dropping some mortars on the Chaos Space Marines. That's some really good knockback strength. There's some more Nurgle worship. Use these heretics very defensively so far, has Jeff, which I think is generally a good idea. Getting cover where he can. Using that Nurgle worship to stay in play. Mucus Discharge is in for the Breath of Nurgle heal, helping him sustain even more. Scouts getting in there though, and there's the Force Commander of E1 with his Chainsword and Storm Shield rotating up towards the mid. Grenade, did it hit? Maybe it hit, but it didn't kill anything, I don't think. Contested power here, trying to steal it, because there's some gens on it. Eldar smothering the power in the southeast though. Rhino on the way for Uncensored Angel. Sebastian goes Tier 2. Last player to go was E1. Why was he so late? Artificer and the Chainsword aren't that expensive. I guess he upgraded the scouts as well. He is floating a bit too. Maybe he just floated. Maybe he was considering the Assault Marines before going Tier 2. Blood Crusher on the way for Jeff. Warlock in amongst a whole bunch of Marines. Kills one of them. Then gets smacked around. He's got the Champion's Robe for Psychic Shield. 403 to 416. Howling Banshees from Sebastian. Getting a nasty little flank. Shuriken was facing that way as well. This power's been completely obliterated. Hasn't been decapped yet, but I think they can easily do so. Meanwhile, Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines on the field for Jeff. We have... What is this? What's going on here? The Rhino's got some purple aura. Is that from... I think that was Ward. I think he gave Ward to a unit and then it got inside the Rhino. He's also got the Mantle of Terror for the Battle Rights heal, which is going to be really nice in these 2v2 fights, I think. There's a Creeping Barrage from Kakarot. And there's the Blood Crusher. Do they have anything to deal with these vehicles yet? Not that I can see. We have a bunch of Plasma Guardsmen, so they can maybe trade with the Chaos Space Marines. We have the Assault Squad. No sign of a Melter Bomb yet from Thunder and Lightning, but we may see that soon. Blood Crusher is a Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut. Vehicle armor. Counts as a demon. Very mobile, good DPS, but it's not the toughest thing around when you start getting some full anti-vehicle weapons on the field. Can go down quite quick. Lord General with a sniper rifle for fire on my target to increase the range of all the stuff. Very much a shock unit, the Blood Crusher. Get it out early. Come in from weird angles. Try to get around stuff, flank stuff, use the charge. And then probably die in a ball of warp fire. Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines looking for a fight. Gives them these really nice melee weapons. Plasma pistols. The Sergeant or Aspiring Champion, I guess, even gets a Melter Pistol. And it increases their speed, doesn't it? Yeah, +1 speed. And regen in combat, which is nice. It's a good melee unit. You don't see huge amounts of them because of the Markers each being so good in 3v3s. Plague Fist up for the Plague Champion. Also have Armor of Pestilence. So he's very tough, very slow, and reasonably dangerous in melee combat as well. There's the battle rights going on now. Quite a lot of heresy. Force Commander with Thunderhammer has to teleport away from death. Going to use that to try and disrupt this little melee block that's coming together for Jeff. Does he have double Mark of Pawn? He does. Other fellas are off the field though. Alongside that brother captain, you could buff them with the warders also. Heavy turret goes down. Looks like it got a shot or two on the Rhino. Interceptors in retreat path. Yeah, things are just pathing through this giant mountain thing. I'm not sure what's up with that. The Warlock is down in the south. Looks like he has the Witchblade of Kernus, because we see the Grenade Decorator there. And the Falcon is up with an Autarch as well. Where is she? She's right here. Has her shield up, but she's getting shot quite a lot. Needs to back off. She'll be providing a damage resistance aura around her to other Eldar units. You can see this blue aura here. 15% I believe it is to ranged fire. 343 to 349 on the VPs. Triple cap though for the blues. Oh, Banshees are going to wipe. Banshees do wipe. Autarch. Oh, she didn't have the energy to jump in there. Maybe save them with a little bit of a heal and some disruption. Guardians also wiping. Really rough fight for Sebastian Autarch. Autarch makes it out 5 hit points. Falcon needs to be careful of that las cannon. Kicking off is it in the north. That was a plasma overcharge attempt, which missed. Blood Crusher running in alongside double Mark of Khorne CSM. Knocks him over when he charges. He should go straight for that Force Commander, I think. He's got very good single target DPS. Eats a Melter Bomb. I think we'll be alright. Where are the Heretics? To worship some stuff. I don't see them. Maybe they are off the field. Did that wipe the Assault Squad? It did. Assault Squad wiped. Pestilent Strike was in there as well. Down goes the Force Commander also. Blood Crusher doing work, eh? Melee stuff doing work. You have plasma attacks, missile launch attacks as well. But they've got to do something about this melee block. We do have Ogrins up. They could help. Big help, actually, with their disruption. And because they're heavy melee, they can tear apart the Blood Crusher. Just smack it really good with their guns. Attacks flee. No, they stay in play. They should have fled, I think. These guys shooting through the mountain. This weird illusory Zechian mountain that's here. Meanwhile, contested victory point is red. 1-to-1 cap 343 247. That las cannon Rhino. Is it? No, heavy bolter Rhino. I'm lying. Some anti-infantry damage on that. This is now a Sacred Standard Force Commander. Full on buff mode, this guy. Full support Force Commander. Trying to focus down that Warlock because he's quite dangerous with the Witchblade of Kernus. I think they're going to get him. Down he goes again. A little bit sloppy there from Sebastian. Autarch needs to leave. She can't jump away. Maybe she needs to sky leap. Kills a Devastator. She's still in play. These guys are popping Amnation, Oh No Fear. Giving them that knockback on melee. And meaning that they are immune to suppression, but they do move slower. Autarch somehow again makes it out. Excellently judged, maybe, by Sebastian. The Ogrins on the prowl. Got a bit of XP already, so they punch something a bunch. Grapefruit Jeff goes tier 3. Uncensored Angel is tier 3. Oh, the Rhino's gone. Maybe they tore the Rhino apart with their bare hands, maybe. But the captain flees. It is amazing how insanely strong Ogrins are in the lore. Like, greater than a Space Marine in his power armor, I believe. I'm not sure about Primaris, though. It's like, even if, only if they were, like, smarter than toddlers. Just mass-produce Ogrins. But, can't have a fighting force of stuff that can't really follow orders, I suppose. But use them sparingly as shock troops, and they're pretty damn awesome. Scaring off all of that stuff there. A 1-to-1 cap at the moment in the south. Falcon's got its fancy shield. Taking las cannon shots though. One more will do it, I think. Yep, sloppy there from Sebastian, down to just a shuriken cannon now. Interceptors with their fancy side cannons. Good damage to all targets, and they can still teleport as well. These guys might get grenaded. Scouts. Okay, they scared them off. Meanwhile, the natural VP for the blue team. What knocked over these guys there? Looked like something knocked them over. Not sure what it was. Or maybe I'm just imagining things. Ogren's getting messed up there. Not sure if they could take on 2 marker pawn CSM. Maybe it depends on how they time the use your red disruption ability. If they can time that to knock down all 8 models both times, maybe they'd do it. But even so, it'd still be quite difficult to fight those 2 of those guys. 285 to 202. Blood Crusher leading the charge. They can reinforce off this. No, it's a Vortimer Razorback, it's not a Rhino, I'm lying. Got a Psy Cannon on it, you can't reinforce off this thing. Thought it was another Rhino. There's the overcharged Plasma suppressing the scouts. Don't think it deals damage, or does it? Not sure. If it deals a small amount of damage, I don't think it does. Oh, for the Emperor on the las cannon there. Can it shoot through this stuff? I guess it can't. Blood Crusher makes it out. Interceptor staying in there way too long. Why did they stay in there so long against all this? Looks like they're going to make it out though. We have a Chaos Predator with Mark of Nurgle for Grapefruit Jeff, making it much tougher, resistant to melee, and gives it stinky Nurgle autocannon rounds that do damage over time, but are less effective in upfront damage. Double Ogrins for KAKAROT. Maybe we'll see one of them turned into Bullgrins in Tier 3. And tested is red. And there's some Dark Creepers for Sebastian. Good way to start the recovery, I think. Really powerful anti-infantry, especially heavier infantry, these guys. They are limited to 1 though, so we can't spam them. Rhino on the way now for UncensoredAngel. Land Raider Redeemer for E1. Let's see how these double Ogrins do here. Gonna focus down the brother captain with some ranged fire. Force Commander also goes after him. Ogrins. Oh, Orbital coming in. Getting some decent hits on the double attacks. They have to retreat to reduce the damage. Most things got away, but that did cause a massive retreat. Did it wipe anything? Don't think it quite wiped anything. Got some stuff really, really close. This is a power weapon, right? Yeah. Almost 75 DPS power melee. Really good weapon. That was some Reaper's Grasp there to slow down the Force Commander. Also would stop him from teleporting or jumping if he could do any of those things. Would be awesome to see the Force Commander with a jump pack, wouldn't it? Or maybe the Apothecary with a jump pack. Warlock still down in the south. Yeah, we do have an actual Rhino that can reinforce stuff, which is quite handy for Chaos because they don't have much of that. The Plague Champion can do it with a Nurgle Shrine. Dark Creepers capping the VP, contested. So 2-1 for blue. What is this? Blood Crusher. Is he bashing power? What's he up to? I don't know. He's running off now, though. He's very low on health. Warlock's back to his feet. May immediately be downed again, though. I think he's okay. In the mid, we got some Shuriken Cannon holding the line. It's getting very low, though. Needs to run. Backed up now by the Vortimer. Not much here can really threaten that vehicle armor, to be honest. Dark Creepers got flanked, but they make it out, I think. They do, and they are heavy infantry, which is why E1 was using Kraken Bolts to boost damage there. Assault on the red team's natural VP. There's a force barrier thrown in. Things exploding in green mist. I think that's just shots from the tank, is it? Interceptors with a great teleport there. Oh, they should have targeted these guys. Maybe they don't need to. Maybe they're going to wipe them all anyway. The Nurgle tank also has damage over time on its little heavy bolter sponsons as well. I think, big mistake, says KAKAROT. Still tier 2 as well, KAKAROT. Maybe he can recover. I think KAKAROT, maybe he didn't mean to get double Ogrins, perhaps. And it slowed him down hugely. Power bashing Jeff. Tank's not interested in helping. It's really far forward. 195 to 177. Sebastian now has a Seer Council on the field. Powerful squad of Warlocks that can leap into combat. Dark Creepers run again. He's just trying to do what he can on this contested VP, Sebastian. But it might be a good idea because the Land Raiders here now. Maybe just go through the south and bash the power again. While E1 is very focused on contested VP. Chaos Terminator is up now for Jeff. With Combi Bolters and Power Fist, they can get an autocannon or Lightning Claws though. Probably an autocannon here, right? Like a whole bunch of ranged infantry you're fighting. Would allow you to stay at range as well. Rack up those demoralization effects by killing guardsmen maybe. Seer Council on capping duty. They can get heavy melee spears these days, which is really powerful. But they're staying power melee at the moment. What's your next purchase if you are Sebastian? You need a revive. That's for sure. I think you'd probably just get another shuriken cannon. Put a Bright Lance on it. Give the heavy melee spears to the Seer Council. Try to go after that Land Raider with an Eldritch maybe. Just saw the Blood Crusher go down, but they did really well for Jeff. The Ogrins now pushing against the Ordo Malleus vehicles. And now they're taking hits from the Space Marines. Las Cannon. Oh, there's 2 Las Cannons and that missile launcher. Made short work of the Rhino. The Vortum is still going. No anti-vehicle weapons here that I can see, so it's relatively safe at this spot. Blue team will push back though. Is he going to move that Redeemer? Not really. It's sitting on that natural VP. Sorry, the contested VP. Wonder if he's tempted to bring it more central to like support this entire area. Last Cannon Predator now for JoshyBoy. More Stormtroopers for KAKAROT. Looks like he's staying tier 2. Autocannon Terminators are there. And they're targeting the tank. The tank's going to go down. Very awkward movement there from the tank. Need to give small movement orders with facing to make it reverse backwards. Which can be tricky even if you do it. Oh, Orbital coming in, I think. Just as I move the camera away. Terminator is teleporting forward to avoid it. And we have some Paladins now coming in for UncensoredAngel. Those guys have inspiration on kill. It does not inspire other Terminator variants, which is why those Chaos Space Marines are not impressed. And there's ward on them. They're about to take some plasma gun fire, are they? No, they're focusing down the brother captain. Ogrins go after him. Don't have their boned leader though. Does the boned leader have better stats than the other guys? Or is he just another Ogrin? He should do. I'm pretty sure he would. Usually they do. Seer Council and Dark Creepers bashing power. Not a bad bash. There is a Nurgle nuke. Putting some Loyalist Terminators in there for E1. Paladins get away. They took huge amounts of damage, but they do get away. Where's the brother captain now? Back at base. Is this guy going to get revived? I mean, they've got... Well, I guess they don't have to. I was going to say the blue team have got to get on that VP, but they could go for both the naturals, I suppose. Just avoid that Land Raider altogether. Got some Grenade Launcher Heretics on repair duty. Level 4 Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, eh? Force Commander still down there. That's JoshyBoy. So both sides have a hero down. Sebastian is deep in tier 3. JoshyBoy gets a Dreadnought. There's only a single Mark of Corn CSM left. Could be very useful against those guys, but they're struggling to get into combat at the moment anyway. He's keeping it in melee for now. What's going on the VP? Anything? Looks like UncensoredAngel's going to help out with some interceptors. Level 4 interceptors. The Seer Council are there. Dark Reapers are here. Dark Reapers shouldn't be targeting the Land Raider though. They're much more effective against heavier infantry such as those Terminators back there. There's ward on the Seer Council, but they're not going in. Need to get their heavy melee spears. Or they can just go after the Terminators, I suppose. They're getting suppressed though by the Land Raider. Or was it a shotgun blast? I think it was a shotgun blast. I don't think the Land Raider Assault Cannon has enough suppression to suppress things by itself. Dark Reapers are now targeting the Terminators with Reaper's Grasp. But need to run. There's a bit of a sloppy approach. I'm not sure if they could have done better, but the Seer Council were very hesitant to go in there. Dreadnought's getting Dark Age of Technology. Sebastian is getting a Avatar, which is going to be very handy. Avatar will buff up that Seer Council. Blastmaster Noise Marines in the mid. Getting a really good shot on those tacks. Making them flee. Heretics are front and center, then maybe they don't want to be standing right there. Nurgle tank's being used very defensively so far. Or rather at the moment. Plague Champion's almost level 8, he's done really well. What is this? Some decapping, rather recapping Marines on that natural power point. Uncensored Angel's back to help the mid. Oh, and the Vortimer goes down as soon as I say that. Here's the Avatar though. With an orbital going in. Seer Council need to get the hell away from it. Looks like they have. Warlock's back to his feet, popping the Providence. There's some Ethereal Slash. But the red team converge here to help out. Into a frag assault. Avatar fighting a Dreadnought. Eldritch Storm goes in. Does not hit the Land Raider. It does. It got it one hit on the Land Raider. But not a big hit. Warlock tries to decap. Uncensored Angel's back with some Paladins. And the Brother Captain himself, waiting doom. Brother Captain's going to get hit by it. Well, it's a way of getting him closer, I guess. 14 to 153 on the VPs. Paladins can maybe cap. They're going to try. Brother Captain runs. Avatar still leading the line. Kicking off in the north, is it? Ogrins versus Chaos Space Marines. Plague Champion's there, though. And what knocked him over? Was it? It might have been Aura of Decay that knocked over those Ogrins. Or maybe just a special from the Chaos Space Marines I didn't see. Avatars that down at half health. Blue team have the mid though. And Dark Creepers are tearing apart those tacks there with ranged fire. Now they're level 2. And the Paladins go after the Land Raider with those massive hammers they have. Interceptors are trying to help. There's some holy grounds, speeding up allies and slowing down enemies. Now they go after the Force Commander. Shield doesn't help him against melee attacks. I'm not sure why. You'd think it would be quite useful against melee attacks. But it is not. Down he goes. The Sacred Standard now giving an increased 40% bonus. 35% now. Sorry. It was nerfed a little while ago. Might be worth just keeping him down here. It's a good spot for the big buff. Blastmaster gets a really good shot on the VP there. Blue team resurgent, aren't they? Avatar did go down. Might be able to save up for another one here. His power income is amazing. Down goes the Lord General, and here is a creeping barrage from the Lord General. Doesn't hit the Terminators. Oh, maybe it did. Wouldn't knock them back anyway, would it? Knocks back the Noise Marines though. Ogren's coming in. The Grey Knight Terminator is now on the field for Uncensored Angel. And they absolutely devastate them alongside level 4 Stormtroopers there with plasma guns. Heavy turret is in. A threat to the tank. This tank is level 4. 1630 hit points with health regen. Back towards contested VP now. Loyalist Terminators are on it. Ward on those Dark Creepers. Level 6 Brother Captain. Terminators get out of there. Dark Creepers have to get out of there. What's the Warlock up to? He needs to run, I think. Not running. Now he's running. Might be a bit too late. Oh, they stopped shooting him. Seer Council moving back towards the mid. They're only level 1 though. This is the natural for red team, but it's currently blue. Oh, the Executioner turret is nasty. But there's the game. Blue team had a triple at the end. What an awesome comeback. Sebastian got heavily depleted. Recovered slightly. I think KAKAROT I think the mistake he was referring to was the double Ogrins, which really messed up his economy, made him, stuck him in tier 2 kind of thing. We had some Assault Terminators at the end. Awesome. Let's look at his heroes. Jeff, level 10 Plague Champion. Was fun to see the double mark of corner CSM. The Blood Crusher did really well. Also, this tank did really well. Level 6 Brother Captain was very good at supporting both sides towards the end. Level 2 Warlock. I did have Falchu's Wing enhanced. We saw that on the Dark Reapers at the end. Level 10 Force Commander for E1. Huge amount of work with that Storm Shield. Level 4 Lord General. And a level 2 Force Commander JoshyBoy. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.